Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to be doing another game review today. The game is called The Red Solstice, which is a game based on Mars where you play as a single marine, but you can control the other marines to a certain point. Like you can position them, you can tell them where to go, but mostly you just control the one marine. Now the game is mostly positive. 76% of 767 people rated it positive, which is pretty good. The game is actually quite old. It came out in 2015. The game has to have been inspired by the old Warcraft 3 Marines game or minigame custom map, because it's almost the exact same. The way that you shoot, the way that it looks down from the bird's eye view, the characters, the aliens, it's all very, very similar. The game itself is made by a company called Ironward and it's published by Nikidu Games Incorporated. I haven't heard of any of these, so let's have a quick look. So they did the Red Solstice and the Red Solstice pack, and it looks like that's all they've done. But they've actually, had a couple of DLCs here. That's good. And the publishers, I don't recognise their name, but it looks like they've also published quite a few things, actually. Now, you're going to see the gameplay on the screen right about now. Okay, guys, so you should see the gameplay in the background. I don't know what is happening with my resolution. It is getting very frustrating trying to figure this out. So I'm going to try and find a new recording software soon, I believe. But either way, the gameplay is on the background there. It's just a little blurry. We're going to go through our little list here of what I liked about it, what I didn't, and I'm going to start off by saying I really did like it, and I purely did because it reminded me so much of my favourite game of all time, which is Warcraft 3, so it gave me some good reminders of that. The gameplay itself is quite a simple point and click, and then your unit will go there and then you can shoot with left click, and there's various other actions you can do. It's a very simple based game. Let's break it down into a few key areas. For the gameplay, I gave this a 6 out of 10, and that's not necessarily a bad score. The reason I've given it a lower score is that it's fun for the first 2 levels, and then it gets that little bit repetitiveness. That can bring down some of the enjoyment there. So the gameplay I gave a 6 out of 10 because the gameplay, it works exactly as intended. There's no actual problems. The visuals, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I think the game looks incredible. I love the level design. I love the way the environment works. So I gave that a 7 out of 10. Very nice looking game, especially for a 2015 game. But as far as what I can see, it's a single developer. Looking at the previous work that they've done. And the enjoyment, I gave it a 6 out of 10 for a similar reason to the gameplay. Because of the way that it is and the way that it feels, it gets a bit boring pretty quickly, but it isn't a bad game by any means. Now let's break it down a little bit further on the gameplay. The mechanics I put simple and easy to understand. There really is no problem there. The mechanics, it's super easy. There's a tutorial on the first level and it walks you through pretty much everything you're going to need to know. The repetitiveness, I put that it is quite repetitive. It's point, click, do that all the way through the mission. Sometimes you'll kill things, sometimes you'll click on buttons. It is a bit repetitive. Interactive, I put that it is somewhat interactive because mostly all you do is click on thing like a switch and it'll open a door, and that's about as much interactivity as you're going to get. Level design, I put dark, eerie, nice. I really like the way they've done this. We really feel like we're on an abandoned, I guess it's a city because it's got streets and stuff, so I really feel like I'm in an abandoned city. There's really something really bad happened here, so level design is really perfect. Controls, I put down them as simple because they're the same as mechanics, very simple to use, very easy to understand, no issues. Progression, I put that there is some. You can level up your marines, however the leveling up is very limited. You can improve their accuracy or you can improve their reload and bullet consumption. There's not really that much progression in that form. The menus and the UI, these are the same. They're very nice and easy to use, no problems there. Performance, another perfect game, 60 frames per second. I had no issues with loading this, no issues with playing it. I only had issues recording it, but that's nothing to do with the game. Breaking down the aesthetics and the immersion, I put the graphics as nice, 3D, horror/space graphics. It's perfect for what it is. I kind of feel like it's a bird's eye Dead Space. That's the kind of vibes that I get from it, although the creatures aren't nearly as terrifying as the Dead Space ones. Cinematics are simple, but they're nice. It's a 2D sort of image cinematics, so not really much going on there, but they're nicely drawn, so no problems with the cinematics. The character animations, they're perfect. No issues, the shooting's nice, it feels good, the character's running, looks great, no problems there. And same for the environment animation. You've got these bits of fire, you've got these little bits of electrical storms going on, you've got these dust particles in the air. It looks really great, no problems at all, very nice. And the colour palette I put well suited. The colour palette suits this dark, dingy environment we're in. I've really had a good experience with this game. I believe the reason that the developer is still giving keys out is because it didn't look like it got much attention when it first came out. And now that the people are reviewing it, I'm sure it's going to get a lot more attention because it's a decent game. And it's not a bad price either. But that is pretty much it for this video. I don't see much point going any further than this. It's a nice game. It's a little bit different. It's not turn-based, but it is tactical, so you can pause time, you can send your Marines where you want them, whether you want them to be behind barricades or sort of flanking the enemy. So it's got some sort of brain work involved in it. But actually no, I had a very good experience with this. As always, if you found this video helpful or entertaining in any way, think about leaving a like and subscribing for me, or leave a comment. Let me know if you've played it, let me know what you think about it, or if you want to give it a go, because I really get some enjoyment out of looking at your comments and replying to them. I hope you all have a great day, everybody. Please stay safe and tune in to the next review.